Evening, good night, good morning. What is going on? That's right. We are back once again for another episode of the Master Channel Podcast. I am DJ Wide Body.
And I'm CX the producer.
And this is the Master Channel where we discuss the ins and outs of this hip-hop thing, both theoretically and technically. That's right. We're up to episode number 9, season 2. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, we're going to introduce our guest. He's been patiently waiting in the wings. Ladies and gentlemen, from Detroit City, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Fields.
Yo, what up, though?
What's up, Fields?
What up, though? What up?
What's going on, Fields?
What up, CX? How you feeling? How y'all feeling tonight?
Chilling,
Good.
brother. Welcome to the Master Channel, man.
Hey, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm glad. Hey, when you said you wanted me as your guest, I was honored. So I was like, yeah, bet. I'll be there.
We're
No
honored to
doubt.
have you, man. Thanks for tuning in, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being our guest today, man. This is the Master Channel Podcast. If you all know, we're going to sit back, talk a little shop. Sound good to you?
Hey, let's go.
All right, man. We'd like to open it up, man. We want you to just take us back, man. Take us back to where you started to, get your love for this hip-hop thing, man, and production. And I know you're also an artist as well. Take us back, man, to where it all began, man. Take us on that trip.
Gosh, I ain't never really thought about that. I guess it would have to be so I always had ever since in grade school. So like I remember, what was I? I was in grade school. And what was it? Doggy Style had just came out and I was in grade school. So that was kind of like my first real, I guess, I don't want to say memory of like for real hip hop that I actually really, really liked as a kid. So that would probably say that piqued my interest in hip hop. And it probably wasn't until I'd probably say 97 when I was like, I'd probably say in junior high school, right going into high school, where I really thought like hip hop was something that I wanted to do. I grew up listening to, I don't know, we from the Midwest, so I grew up listening to everything. So it's East Coast, West Coast, down South. So I really didn't have like a specific, area of hip hop that I listened to the most.
Yeah.
And then like I remember one time, I put it in a rap too. Like I first wrote my very first rhyme. I wrote it because like here in Michigan, we used to be able to get jobs when we was like 15, like 14 or something like that. We used to get like a permission slip from the high school.
Working papers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I remember I used to work at Party City. It's like like a party store. I don't know if y'all got them out there where y'all at.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Worked at Party City, and I wrote my first rhyme in the stock room while I was putting up Halloween costumes.
Still remember it?
Yeah. I remember
bro.
That was the first time I started putting pen to paper.
You got to let us know how that first rap went, bro. Don't.
Man, look. So at the time, I always wanted to be like the 6th member of Bone Thugs and Harmony. So I tried my hardest to write like every word that could fit into a sentence possible and try to rap it as fast as I could. Needless to say, it was probably like super duper trash. I don't even remember the lyrics. I just remember where I wrote it.
Gotcha.
And then from there, me and a dude in high school, all we did was we got our money up. I remember I got my first beat machine. It was I want to say it was a Roland DR. I either want to say it was like a 505 or 808. I can't remember the numbers, but it was a little small. It was a small boy. I don't know, probably like the size of like one of them iPad minis now, It was like that big. He had a keyboard, and, we bought like a 4-track, and then we made our own little mixtape in his basement, and that was like my first taste of like actually recording, trying to see what that was like. And then I just fell in love with it from there. I like kind of, took a hiatus when I was in college, had to get my degree and everything. But then once I graduated, I came back home to Detroit and started recording for real. And ever since then, it's been my thing that I like to do, making beats, writing rhymes.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to school at Michigan State University.
All
I got my degree in construction
Wow.
management. So, I could build a house, I could build a hotel, I can build stuff. So it's pretty much what I'm good at in terms of that. So it's only right that I learned how to make music, build a beat,
Right,
build a
right.
song. It just translates. It's not hard as far as like the concepts. So yeah, that's pretty much that's how I got started in hip hop. Um, and I'll never regret it. I wouldn't do it over any other way. It was awesome.
So let me ask you something. Since you said you, by the way, I applaud you for getting a trade that can't be automated. Basically,
I
um,
yeah.
those trades are like a plumber, electrician. They're always going to be there. And let me ask you. You say you're from the Midwest, right?
Yes, sir.
So your influences is mostly Midwestern.
Well, like okay, so like I remember like my second job in high school, I got a job working at a secondhand resale store of like music. So like it was called record exchange. So you come in, you can like trade your CDs, turn in vinyl, get bread, X, Y, and Z, whoop de whoop de whoop. So all while I was working there, I want to say I got exposed to everything. So like especially hip hop. So like they would still get new CDs every week. So it was like I used to take my lunch money every Tuesday. I used to get $20 a week. I remember it like it was yesterday. I purposely wouldn't eat anything during lunch. So I might eat some fries, which is like $1. So like $5. That's all I would spend every week for lunch. Another 15 every Tuesday. I go to work and I copped a newest CD that was coming out. And then because I worked there, they gave us a deal, so we can get like two for whatever, or if it's something that was on the resale floor, we can get it at a discount or whatnot. So I just used to listen to everything. So I mean, when it came from the East Coast, I was listening to Nas, I was listening to Jay, I listened to DMX. West Coast, I got hip to like I really love Razzcast. Razzcast was like
Yeah, I like
one of my
Rascals too.
favorite like West Coast cats at the time when I like got into hip hop. Especially Nature of the Threat. I remember the day my dad let me hear that record. That record is like one of my favorite records of all time. As far as like a hip hop record, it don't matter. Like I'll put that up against anything just based off of what it says, like what the actual message is. But anyway, but so I listen to Razzcast, I listen to Mac 10, I listen to Q, out west, and then down south, Scarface. I listened to a lot of Scarface growing up. Outkast especially. Outkast is probably like my second favorite group of all time. My first favorite being Bone Thugs and Harmony. I used to like when I tell you I used to go to sleep to that second album.
Uh,
I used to listen to that second album every day to go to bed.
let me ask you, how important was Bone Thugs to the culture, bro?
Like in my opinion, like they brought the whole the formula of it's all right to sing a hook or to harmonize a hook. I mean, because before that, nobody had did it. Nobody did that. So to make it a sing, like in
I,
my
I,
like I don't know,
in your generation, yeah,
yeah.
because they were doing that out west with what's his name? Here we go.
Oh no,
Domino.
Domino. But okay, let me rephrase that. Wait a minute, Domino. No, Domino came out and what?
He
He
was
came out before them.
93, 90,
Okay,
92, 93,
okay.
94.
So I want to say in the popularity that it caught on, Domino was like a one hit wonder because he had that one song. Here we go, when the boom start the boom and the back, boom. Yeah, he had that one song, but like Bone Thugs and Harmony, I mean, they got a Grammy off
Yeah,
singing a hook. You know what I'm saying?
they
Like,
did.
so it's just that, and as a group, like one dude, cool, but as a group, and they all did it.
They was
So,
harmonizing though. Yeah,
so that was something that I thought
on
I
form.
felt was a lot different. And then, like I said, the speed rap was what got me the most. I used to like, oh man, that is just sweet. And then once I heard them, it was like maybe a year or two later, I heard Twista.
Yeah, I was
And then
gonna
that's
ask you
when I
about
kind of
Twister.
really fell in love with it. Cause then I started branching out and I was like, oh man. I was like, who is this? Like, cause somebody, what was I doing? I was in the record store and somebody's like, man, you ever heard of this cat named Tongue Twister? And that was his name before he turned it into Twister, because he had actually had a CD called Tongue Twister.
Right.
So I was like, man, no, I ain't never heard of him. And then they played me the record. I was like, man, this dude is sweet. And then when he came out with Adrenaline Rush, I was like, oh yeah. So I used to go basically bump them two CDs, back to back interchangeably. And then lastly, like working at the store, like I really got on my Outcast game. Like I thought Andre and Big Boy at that time, I was like, man, like I said, second favorite group of all time behind Bone, but they just did something that was completely different, especially with like Players Ball. And then when you got the AT Aliens album, so that kind of, that's why I say
That
I'm
was a
not
dope
necessarily
album.
just influenced by like East Coast or West Coast or down.
Right.
Like it's like everything. Like I listen to everything, and I try to take bits and pieces that I feel that I think sound pleasant and try to incorporate that in what I do.
Yeah, I mean, rap was real diverse back then.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like it was really diverse, and it's funny you said Twister. A lot of people don't know. He in the Guinness Book of World Records.
yep. Fastest rapper of all time.
Makes sense too. I've heard other speedy ones, but Twister did it, and he made sense, and he made it work. Like,
Yeah, like, and I was actually glad, like, because he didn't really get his shine per se until he came to Rockefeller, but he was popping way before that. Like,
wait,
people didn't know who he was until he got to that, I guess, milestone. But he was sweet way before that.
He
Him, the
was.
Speed Not Mobsters, Do or Die when he was with them, doing the
Yeah.
joints with them. Even them cats are sweet. And Crucial Conflict. Like I said,
Yeah.
I
crucial
listened to
conflicts.
so many different artists, man. I like at one point by working at the record store, I'm talking about like physical hard copies of CDs. I had like about 400 to 500 physical hard copies through like high school. So like every Tuesday, like I said, every Tuesday I buy a new CD. It'd be somebody like I read the liner notes. Like I don't know. I'm guess I'm nostalgic. Like just the whole smell of a CD.
Yeah, yeah.
Opening up a CD, looking who produced it, looking at the words. The artwork, things of that nature. So that was kind of like what got me really, really, really involved in my love for hip hop. Was just seeing all that stuff, and I was like, man, this is so cool. So.
All right. Let me ask you this: you being from Detroit and all,
Mm-hmm.
so Dilla was Dilla a legend in Detroit before he died, or did that come afterwards?
Okay, I will say, and this is just from my like knowledge of it, because I didn't like I was so naive, like I was in my bubble, like I never, I guess, and that's a flaw in me. I never paid attention to Detroit hip hop until like right as I was going to college. So it was like after my whole like high school when I was just buying every other like coast and listening to everything else. I didn't start thinking about Detroit hip hop till I got to college. So that was like in 2000. And I want to say right then and there. So true story. So I go like this is how naive I was at the time. So I go record a song. I think it was like at RJ Rice Studios, right? It's like a studio, like in like it's like on 8 Mile in Greenfield, and like this like plaza, right? It was for some stuff that me and a dude that I was working with in high school we were doing, and just so happened I like look up on the wall of the studio, and I see like Water for Chocolate. I see like a plaque on there, and I don't pay it no attention, but I can remember it vividly. I'm like, oh man, I know that album. That's one of the albums I got in my crib, and then I'm like, oh man, that's a gold plaque. Blah 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 blah. And I go record my whatever. So we talking to the engineer there, and he like, oh yeah, this is where we recorded X, Y, and Z song for this album. And then we heard another like we was hearing some music come through. It turns out it was T3 from Slum Village was in the next studio at the time I was recording my song. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember what song it was, but I think it was on a song from the Fantastic Volume 2. So that's when I really started to get into understanding what Dilla's production was. And I didn't really know. Like, I didn't, because he, at the time, it was like, me growing up, it was like, you knew who Timbo was, you knew who Swiss Beats was, you knew all, Dr. Dre, you knew those cats, but Dilla was just Dilla. And it wasn't until, I want to say, like, after he passed that, in my eyes, like, he was a legend in the city. Like, everybody knew him. But I was naive to the point where it's like, I really wasn't thinking about it. But once I found out, like, who knew him, like, as I got older, I'm like, oh, okay. I can relate and correlate and be like, oh, he did that. This dude was a god. Like, why wasn't he not as popular when he was alive as after he passed?
Right. Always like
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just that posthumous, that respect and honor that you give somebody. Like, they can't, like, that was that old saying, like, they can't appreciate the flowers after they dead.
Right.
So, like, as far as Dilla's concerned, like, the thing I think he revolutionized, in my opinion, it was just how he programmed his drums and the way he found samples and manipulated them. Like, he did something with the MPC that I don't think not too many people know how to do. So, and he did that long ago. So that's why, like, to me, dude's a genius.
I mean, it's sad that, I mean, it happens. I've seen it happen before, and it's not the first time people gravitate towards somebody once they're gone. I'm not saying you did that, but I'm just saying, like, because probably Dilla was probably flying under the radar so much, you know what I'm saying, that his own city didn't even really know what he was. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. Most of the cats he was doing stuff for, the Tips and the Commons and all them, nobody really besides Slum, Fat Cat, Guilty. I'm talking about the dudes from Detroit that he was doing stuff with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But his output was more in a different place.
Yeah, like with Common, with Farside, like, like I knew those cats, and I knew I liked those songs that he made, but I didn't know he made them.
Right.
And I didn't correlate the fact that, oh, he's from here. Like, because, we had dial-up internet back then. So it was just like, you trying to find that information that fast. He's like, all right, man, forget it. So it's just like, but yeah, I mean, I treat that the same way that, like Big L, just not to get off topic, but I didn't know how sweet Big L was till after he died.
Yeah.
Right.
And to be completely honest, he's probably one of my top 5 rappers of all time, and he did 2 albums and a bunch of freestyles.
It was so nasty.
But the way he schemed his rhymes, it just made you, and the same thing with Dilla, the way he schemed his beats, it just made you sit back and just be like, and you just respected them more, and you appreciated what it is that they did for hip hop, So,
one thing I've noticed, every artist just about that I know from Detroit, not only raps, but they also produce. Name me, not too many. I can't even name somebody that just does one or the other. It's either you guys. Is there something behind that? Like Black Milk and Dilla rapped and.
I think it's more so, and maybe, I mean, I don't know. This is just my selfish ideas and thoughts, but I know what I want something to sound like. Like if in my head I know how the record should go and I can make it, I'm gonna do it. Now, if I hear somebody else make a beat and I'm just like, oh, bet, that sparks an idea, that's one thing. But if I want to create a project and I want to create a song where it's just like, I want this feel, I want this vibe, but nobody can really give it to me. Well, hell, why not me do it?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like, and that's the cool part about, you know, DOM. It's just like I can always go to people and get information on how to do something if it's gonna help me produce the sound I want,
Right.
and that's ultimately at the end of the day why I think so many of us do it like that is because we know the sound that we want to cultivate and we want to produce, and we don't rely on anybody else. I mean, I don't know. I guess we just a resilient bunch here in the mitten because we don't, you know, it's almost just like we get overlooked on a national basis anyway.
Right. So
Like in a reality, like everybody thinks like, oh, Detroit, 8 Mile. Oh, is it 8 Mile really that rough? Well, how about you come and check it out? Like, stop asking me silly questions. Like, come find out for yourself. And oh, is it just like they say in the movies? Like, no, fool, it's not. But if you want to believe the movies, believe the movies. So, but I mean, I guess that's probably why a lot of us do. It's just like it's easier in the long term. Like, granted, it may take more time, but once we get it, it's just like not too many people can do it better, in my opinion. I mean, it's like shoot, I'm just trying to think of all the cats. I know Marv One produces some of his own tracks. Black Milk obviously produces his own tracks for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if Name Tag is a producer. He produces his own stuff. 14 KT. He from Athletic Mike League out in Ann Arbor. He worked with Mayor Hawthorne, and he produced his own stuff and make his own music.
Right.
So it's just like a lot of us just don't want to have to rely on a third party to get the sound that we want and then be happy with it.
Right.
Because then I mean, and then it just eliminates a middleman. It's just like, all right, well, at the end of the day, I made it, I wrote it, I rapped it. Let's go.
uh, I, we're fortunate enough to actually go to Detroit this summer, man, and I must say, just to turn out for certain things, you guys are very. I mean, there's a lot of hip hop is alive in Detroit. There's no doubt about that. I kind of felt that way. I feel that way about the DC area as well. Where I'm from is not too much. I've tried to find communities, but it's embedded in your culture, man. I mean, it's all over the place. Just seeing it turn out for the event that happened, and hearing what other things that go on. You got reporters showing up, getting the story. They're interested to know what's going on, and you guys are,
Mm-hmm.
you guys in DC to me, and I've heard some parts of the North Pacific, like the Oregon area and the Seattle area, and obviously LA, man, and you guys are carrying a torch, man. I kind of felt that in the air, definitely, the whole time I was there.
Well, I mean, it's just because, like, I think Detroit embraces or is a pillar of hip hop because of the city, in the sense that, like, it's like, I hate to use this word, man, but it's a blue collar city, man. It's just like
Yeah.
and I think hip hop is a blue collar art. It's hard work. It's nothing, like, in my opinion, like, hip hop nowadays, if we want to brand it, it's too flashy. Like, in that sense, like, hip hop is, I don't know, man. I think hip hop is like it's like blues, but in a, I don't want to put it in a boom bap form. It tells a story. It tells a journey. It gives wisdom, and that's why I think a lot of the hip hop that I grew up on, that we grew up on, it's changed so much into what it is today because too many artists was talking about that. Like, man, just go back to like the Raucous Records era, like '99, like to like '04, or '97 to like '93. Like, we had so many artists that were, so conscious about, just telling the story of like our everyday lives,
Yep.
not glorifying it, but telling it to the point that we understood it. And we were like, I respect that so much and I want to be like that. And like, was it what was it? When Mos Def was said hip hop went from selling crack to smoking it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's what you know hip hop has evolved into now, if that's what you want to call it. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a couple of youngsters. I ain't gonna hate they grind. Like get your money, get your bread. It is what it is. But it's just what are you saying? And I think that's the biggest difference with hip hop now versus hip hop then. It was just like it was something that was said.
Yeah.
Like people understood that. Like you know, I don't know. That's just my little rant, my soapbox rant. But yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, man, I think hip hop. Okay, let me rephrase. I think hip hop is an art form that was created by blacks, who are the most influential people on the world.
Black and Hispanics.
Yeah, and I think that if we get back to the point of really spreading a message that can make people think, it's not necessarily like make people do, just make them think. Like we live in a society nowadays where nobody thinks for themselves anymore.
Me too.
Yeah, like nobody thinks for themselves anymore. So it's just like, hey
Cookie
man,
cutter.
like just think.
Cookie
Just
cutter.
think about just think about something different.
Music.
And that's what I think like a lot of the hip hop in the 90s and hopefully the art that I create, it just makes you think, like, how could this apply to my situation? How has this happened to me? Like, and then it also, like I said, it ain't always like that. There are some songs where it's all good to talk smack because I think that's life. Life is all about the ups and downs, the good times, the bad times, the silly moments, and I think hip hop reflects that. And I
Of
think it,
course.
so
Well said, man.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, but this is that generation, and I'm like we said, we're not here to badge you guys or belittle you guys for what you do. You do what you do. But it's funny that it's always some type of hate in their eyes. That's all I'm gonna say. It's always some type of hate. They're always saying when you're hating or this, that, and other. But
well, I would challenge like, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but it
are
kind of
you good?
sparked something. I would challenge them. It's not hate, man. It's just that, okay, look at it this way: we are we are a generation that didn't have the platform you had, or you have, excuse me. So we just want you to just basically say something that matters. Like somebody gave you the platform that we would like. If we had the platform, we would say it.
Yeah.
But since you have that platform, use the power that you have to do something that's good. Like at the end of the day, everybody wants to party. Everybody wants to have a good time. Everybody wants to live a blessed and prosperous and fruitful life. But
Of
say
course.
something. Just say something. Like you can't lean every day. You can't party every day. Like that's not real life.
I wouldn't mind
Nah.
diversity.
Just say something that means something that everybody can relate to. Because not everybody can relate to, what it's like to have, you know, IG models on your private jet while you dripped in $100,000 jewelry. Like, no, everybody can't do that.
Can you?
But
Nah.
but you know what everybody can do? Love somebody,
Can,
have a
Right.
relationship, like go through like an argument with your best friend or lose somebody that's dear to them. Like I think that's what music is for.
can, can
It's
you?
just to relate.
Can you
So,
love and inspire and not be corny in your music? Love and inspire,
uh,
motivate.
well, okay. Well, the thing is, define like corny because like if you do it for attention, like some people like prey on that. Like don't get me wrong, like some people prey on that vulnerability of people. But if you just talk about something that's sincere, like if it happened to you, talk about it. Like that's what I think a lot of people are too scared about. Like just talk about it. Ain't like what is it? What's a track I did called Out of My Mind? Like the third verse is about me. It just talks about like me going nuts about losing my job and how my boss dropped the N bomb on me at work, and you know like what that does to a young black man's mind, like to be in a corporate situation, like that happened to me.
I
That
just,
Right.
happens in the real world.
I'm just so
Like
mad.
that.
I'm just mad that it's like to the young, the youth, it's like taboo. It's like they frown upon being positive and being uplifting, and inspiring, and the things that people need, and not just in music, but just it's like it's not let's go on this other side. You got love, like you said, love. Motivate, inspire, all that in music. You go work out, you put workout music on. You want to be
Mm-hmm.
inspired. You want to make babies. You put you go put some love music on. We had all this shit. And all
Yeah.
I'm saying, let's just be, let's be more diverse a little bit. It ain't gotta be always one way. And like you say, partying. One day you're gonna have to, you know,
You have
lead
to
a
wake
club.
up. Like one day you gonna have to one day you gonna wake up and be 40.
Yep.
I mean, I just look at it like that. Like, and I don't, like I said, I don't knock people with like anything they like choices, but whenever you make a choice, just remember, Lord willing, one day you're gonna be 40.
That's
One day
if you
you,
make it.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Thank
Like,
you.
Lord willing, if you get that far, one day you're gonna be 40. Like, do you want like I just pick on people. I'm just playing. Like, you want like all these tattoos on your face. You like a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid. Your whole face is a graffiti, a wall, a graffiti wall.
Or looking like a desk in home run.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like, it's just like things like that. Like one day you're gonna be old,
Yep.
and what's the story you want to be left with? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. If that's your thing, that's cool. It is what it is. But I think if you got that position, like I know if I had that position, I would want to be remembered by more than just the fact that I was a party animal or I made hype music. Just
Right.
I don't know. That's just me.
Like Stack said, legacy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Straight
it's
up.
just like at the end of the day, who do you want to leave something for? Because I mean, it's always gonna be somebody gonna be like, you might have a daughter, and then you make a video, like, make a video, and you got all these IG models half naked, and your daughter see that, and then she just like, oh, that's what my daddy was doing,
That's what.
you know. I mean, but it is what it is, like, because like, here's the thing, we can bash like our role models, because Pac did it, Biggie did it,
Yeah.
but
Got a
in
point
their
there.
in their defense, though, they did make songs in my eyes that span just beyond that. And
Look,
it's just like, I'm willing to take the good from those songs with the bad from those. So,
we we understood it a little bit more. We understood it. Unfortunately, there's a lot of influences out there. Stuff is more accessible. Movies, all World Star, and these kids are seeing that stuff, man, and it's reality. So why not?
mhm.
Why can't it be
Like,
my
could
reality?
you imagine if we had Instagram back then, bro?
I wouldn't want it. I'm so glad it didn't exist back then. Hey, you imagine what it would have been right now.
Hmm.
Man, look, we probably all have like 10 kids. We'd be thirst trapping everybody.
Yeah. Studio gangsters would have been able to shoot people to the TV screen. How they man
Hey,
that?
look, man. This has been crazy, I tell you.
I said like this, man. You know, it's crazy right now, but they probably said the same thing about us, but not to this extent. But you got to think about this too. A lot of the music we listen to, it actually educated us. A lot of the
Hmm.
shows we watched then educated us. Shit, different world made people want to go to college. You know what I'm
So
saying? A
alive.
black
Shit.
college at that. You know what I'm saying? So you look at what they have to listen to and watch. That and that's not. It's not just that. The whole thing is they have the means to find out anything, but they don't want to do it.
Man, I just had this conversation the other day. Like, we got phones that in a matter of typing 2 or 3 words, we can get any information we want, but people don't use it for it.
Nope.
Man, could you imagine if I had this when I had to write an essay? I hated looking through encyclopedias.
Hell yeah.
I hated that.
Boy, they still make
But
those.
I mean, I don't know. Like, to each his own. hopefully the next generation is a little different. I just know that while God still gives me the ability to make beats, I'm gonna make music I want to hear. So that's ultimately at the end of the day what it
Right.
is. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I like these young cats, man. There's a few of them that I'm just like, yeah, they are all right. But time will tell.
Yeah, it will. It will. Now, Fields, we got a um a little part of our segment on the show that we usually do,
All right.
and that segment is you just went out. Well, actually, I can't say you just went outside. Well, actually, that smartphone you have just gave you a notification,
All right.
and you just received a $10,000 um gift card from Guitar Center.
Okay.
So you literally have to spend that $10,000 in Guitar Center. So here's the deal: you
All
go in
right.
there, you spend your $10,000 in Guitar Center, and Widebody's going to write the list down and add it up of the items you asked for, and you only get $10,000.
I
And
only get
please,
10 grand.
yeah, and please don't say, "Oh, I'm good. I don't need nothing," because
Yeah.
everybody needs
Yeah.
some more
Oh
studio stuff.
man, look, man,
Spend it
look.
wisely.
Look, all right. So let me. Okay, y'all put my thinking cap on, man. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got. Um, man, why would y'all do that to me, man? Just 10 grand, right?
10
Just
grand.
10 grand. All right, 10 grand. So let's see. Um, so I know I got to get back because I started making beats like for real. When I came back home, I had a 2500 MPC 2500, right?
uh-huh.
So I think my first purchase, because it's not too much I want, but I'll probably go big since I got 10 grand. I mean, I pretty much have enough left over, so I'm definitely getting a MPCX. So that's like 2200.
Yep.
All right. Uh, um, so that's 2200. All right. So I do want to learn how to scratch. So, and I guess it's getting so digital nowadays. I want it, and I'm a Native Instruments head, so like that's one of my favorite companies. Like, y'all been to my crib, y'all seen my lab, so uh, I think I have to get the tractor controller,
Uh,
that DJ one. I think that's a
uh-huh.
grand.
S4.
Yeah, that's four. Yep,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
for
that's a grand.
Yep.
Uh, Now, even though I want to splurge, I know they don't have them at Guitar Center, so I can't get them. But I so want a pair of them Eve the studio monitors, the eights. I think they like 900 a piece, but they
the
ain't no
what?
They can have them.
they.
I seen some
No,
mine.
I don't think they have them on Guitar Center.
I seen some Genelex the other day in Guitar Center.
Oh yeah,
Well,
they sell General X too.
nah, but I think I'll just I get a pair of HS8s, Yamahas.
So you're
So that's
looking
like
at
that's
six,
750 right
700.
there.
Yep.
So I think I'm at three. That's 4 grand gone. So I got 6 more grand.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. Let's see. Uh, well, shoot. If that's the case, man, I'm about to just get all the little itty bitty things. I feel like it.
Let's go.
Uh, so I got was that 4 gone? So I got six. So forget it. Go ahead, give me a live. So that's another grand. Might as well. Look, I don't
Damn.
care. Might as well, because then I have the big boy at the crib and then the live to go wherever I need to go. Um, let's see.
Well, you
And this is like a guilty pleasure, and I know they'll have it, but I kind of want to get into podcasting like you guys.
Right.
And there's this this piece of equipment called the Rode
I
600.
know.
Podcaster Pro.
It's
600.
like 900.
Nah.
No,
Oh
it's
yeah,
only
it is.
six.
600.
Six,
Yeah.
660.
Yeah.
6 something. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that thing is that thing is nice. I was looking at it, I was like, because you can record the whole podcast in that joint, and it's got like a SSD card or like a mini card, a SD card, or you can use it as an external from like your computer, and then upload it into your computer from there, and then like it's got the buttons where you can trigger, like if you had an intro,
Why you
Yeah.
tell me
trigger
that?
that
I
and
was
all the
staying
sounds
away
and
from that
noise.
thing, man. I did not want to know any features on it. Thanks a lot, Fields.
Yeah.
Oh my bad.
I seen it a while ago, man.
Damn.
Oh my bad, wide body. But yeah, like 'cause my wife was talking about podcasts, and I was like, man, I would do that with her. And then like with this, it's
That'd be
kind of like
dope, man.
foolproof. I can make a little beat for her to play as an intro. You could, and here's the cool part: you can bring in audio from Bluetooth, or you can do a hard line from like your phone, like if you got something in your phone,
Yeah.
and
So it's got
or you can
inputs.
do it Bluetooth, like you can play a YouTube clip over the Bluetooth and then record into the podcast.
Wow.
And then it's got like I think 4 mic inputs.
Yeah.
I think.
If you tell me it's got phantom power, I'm done.
That was-
It's basically self-contained.
yeah, like everything. Like if you want to hook it up and use it as like a slave to the computer, you can. But if you want to do everything in it and then bounce it to the computer, you can do that too. And then if you got Logic Pro, I think you could just drag everything in the Logic Pro as the WAV file or whatever you use or whatever, and then kind of do like a little post editing from there. But you can do like the majority of your editing in the actual machine.
God damn.
So like your sound effects, like if you have an instant sound effect you want to hit on a, you ain't got to add it in your DAW. You can do it right then and there and then record it with it, and then you can do the rest of your post editing. Yeah. I watched like mad videos on this joint.
Yeah, I seen it. A
Okay.
while ago.
You got $4,400 left.
$4,400.
Where you putting all this stuff at?
Man, look, I got a basement,
Okay.
and I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Let's see. So I already got that. I got that. Let me look at something here real quick. Jeez, man, I don't necessarily want anything else, man.
Well, you can go ahead and give me a gift card then.
Oh man, we can do that. Let me see. Oh
Nah,
wait,
I don't think those are in the rules, man.
I do
Judge
want.
won't allow that.
Give me a bass. I want a bass. Let me see. Let me find one. Because I've always wanted to learn how to play bass.
I just got one.
Give me like a let's just call it an even grand on a 4-string bass.
All right. Down 3,400.
Let's say let's give me hit me up for a grand on a 4-string bass. So I already got the DJ equipment. I got a bass. I got the X analog. I got the protractor, the monitors. And since while I'm at it, because I mean, if I got a grand, I might as well get the MK3. Give me the MK3.
Was that 600?
That's 600. That's 600. Let's see. Oh man, let me get a. Do they sell them at Guitar Center? They'll probably have them. Let me get an SP4 SP404SX.
Oh man, they probably gonna sell that down to you for about $800.
Yeah, with the GC markup.
Hey, I don't care. I want one.
They're throwing a 64 gig SD card. 800.
Yeah. Might
2,000.
as well give me one of those. Give me an SP404. But even though I'm kind of intrigued by the 505. Like, I guess it was one of them that it's slightly bigger than the 404. It's got a couple more different features, but I like the sound of it a little bit better. I saw somebody do a comparison. I was like, man, the sound sounds a little bit better on the 505. But I'll take a 404.
You sure you're a machine dude, man?
Yeah, on machine. Man, you saw my lab. Only thing I got other than machine is the Ableton.
Hey, I ain't hear no complete, no nothing.
That's because I got it already.
Oh, okay.
Look, my keyboard is the blacked out version of the complete control. I got the machine. I got the studio. I got Complete 12 already. The collector's edition. I got that already.
You everything you getting battery powered?
Uh, uh well, no, everything else. But what is it? Everything I got can be either hooked up to. I can get an extra hub. I can get a hub that'll go through my USB.
Bam.
So
Let's go with a nice one before 100 electron
yeah,
one.
give me a hub for 100.
1900. Now for a
Uh,
6-pack of
I got I
dialectical
got
gold.
1900 left.
Yeah.
Let's see. Um,
Make it work. Make it work.
let me see. Do I want that? No, I don't want that. Let me just get so I did the SP, I did hub, 1900. What else would I need, man? Oh, give me, and I did that one. Man, this is really difficult to spend 10 grand. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Like, this is very difficult to do. Let's see.
We've had some people on here who spent 10 grand in like 3 minutes.
Oh, see,
He had to
I mean,
he had to add cash.
see, I guess that's a little bit different for me because I got a lot of the stuff that I want anyway.
That's what they said too.
Yep.
But see, I straight legit. Like, let's see. Oh man, give me where is it at? Give me. I want a mini move. How much of them joints?
Many moves, anywhere from 5 to 2,000.
Let me see.
You want a grandmother, matriarch? You can get a sub fatty for $7.99.
Hold on, I'm searching real
You can
quick.
get a regular one of those little desktop ones. Don't have the keyboard for like shit 400 or 500.
Actually, I probably wouldn't need that. That's what it is. Give me how much is the Reason 11?
Which one? The upgrade or the suite?
The suite.
$5.99.
Oh no, it's like five. The upgrade to the suite is 200.
Yeah, the suite is 600. I don't have the original, so I'd have to pay the whole thing. So 600. Give me Reason 11. 600. I got 1,300 more. Give me a. Hold on. I know exactly what I'm spending the last 1,300 on. Hold on 1 second. Give me a tenor sax.
Damn. Now you're going to have to price that one. That's a
That's
a Master Channel first right there.
Nah, I can get a decent one for $1,300.
Okay, well, that'll end it.
You right. Nah, G, this joint up.
All right, well, Phil, you strategically and methodically spent $10,000 at Guitar Center, my brother.
Hey, man, I
All
can
it
do
does
it.
is the last penny.
Yeah.
The last penny. But guess, let me tell you what you missed out on.
Yo,
What I missed
tell him
out.
what he missed.
That goddamn protection.
Yeah. Yo, your shit gonna be fried. A goddamn lightning bolt hit that motherfucker.
Hey, look. That's why you have like I spent like a couple $100 on them power strips
Yeah.
that had a back. But no, I do that. I already got those.
You got enough plugs?
No, I'm talking about the Guitar Center protection.
Man, look, I'm looking at one right now. I got 1,200. Another, yeah, I can get a tenor sax for 1,300.
You're gonna need a bigger desk, man.
Yeah. That
I look. I have 2 in the basement. I'll just sandwich them joints together.
Okay.
get you some keyboard stands.
Yeah, you got an extra live.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Joint.
You got both of them.
Yeah. You just said fuck it.
Yeah, look. You can always add the $50 and $60 stuff.
Yeah.
Why not get the big stuff? I'd rather get the big stuff up front
Yeah.
and call it what it is.
Somebody said an SSL board. He's like, man, you're gonna have to put cash with that.
The SSL board by itself would have been 10 grand, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
it was more than
No,
that.
that shit would have probably been both 60 or 70. And
This
that's
guy.
just a small
You're
one.
gonna have to get the gift certificate and put it for ZC credit.
That's crazy right there, man.
Shit, the digital design, the venue, that shit like 60,000.
So Fields, man, tell the audience, man, where we can check you out at, man. We can find you on the social media platforms, sir.
Let's see. On Instagram, you said Fields, that's F13LDZ. On Bandcamp, same thing, F13LDZ. .bandcamp.com. That's where I got my album there. And that's pretty much it. Like, and same with Twitter, Fields handle F13LDZ. I really don't do social media per se. I treat it as something that's funny, and then just put up my music and stuff like that. But if you guys want to have a conversation with me, feel free. I'm always willing to answer.
Talk about
anything.
That classic project you got on Bandcamp.
Hey man, look, hey man, look. I need to add to that. I was just actually thinking about that the other day, man. I'm about to start writing to a couple wide body joints.
Oh, whoa!
Since I've already blessed the CX joint, I got a couple wide body joints that I got to finish writing to. But wide body needs to get me the actual project so I can track it out, so I know how I'm writing.
Say less. I got you. I just gotta remember which ones I sent you.
I gotta. It's a couple tracks. I got a couple of Agent Smith tracks I want to write to. I got a couple promo tracks I need to write to. So, it's about time for me to go ahead and do project number 2. And then probably going to work on an instrumental project here shortly, too. So,
you guys heard it here first.
Yeah. So, look for it. I'm probably going to try to shoot the instrumental project out first quarter of next year. And then think about the actual second coming project probably summer next year. So, that's probably what I'm thinking about as far as making that happen.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Because, it's Christmas time. I got to grind to get my daughter some presents. So, from there, it's time to write.
Fields, man, always, I like your energy. You're jack of all trades. You do the rap. You definitely got firsthand of your rapping skills out in the D.
Yes.
Very threw me off the chair. I didn't see what you're about. But the production, good dude, hell of a barbecue. Credit.
Hey man, anytime y'all in Detroit,
have brother with his credit score. Shit, Oh man, so many good things about you, man. It's a pleasure to know you, man, and definitely respect your hustle, your grind, your energy. Definitely your energy, man. Your words of encouragement, everything, man. It's definitely a pleasure to have you on here finally, my brother.
All right, no problem. Anytime y'all want me, man, I'm more than welcome to come back, man. Anytime.
Yeah, you definitely, man. I'm not saying this, just to be saying you're definitely a good dude, man. I'm glad, you welcoming us in your house with open arms, man. And I really appreciated that. I appreciated it so much. I was like, yeah, man, you can have this goddamn beat, man.
That beat was fire, man. I didn't expect that beat at all. And then you said that, I was like, hey, nah, man. But I look out for my people. Y'all, everybody in Dirty Old Man, good people. So, if there's anything I can ever do for y'all and y'all in my city, I'll definitely do it.
My man,
for sure.
Oh, once again, we're going to go ahead and call it a night, call it a podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the Master Channel Podcast. I want to thank Fields for coming out. I am DJ Widebody.
I'm CX, the producer.
And this was the Master Channel Podcast. We discuss the ins and outs of hip-hop culture, both theoretically and technically. That's it. 9 in the books. Once again, for Fields and CX, the producer, I'm DJ Widebody. We're saying all to you. Peace. See you next time.